It's Pro Wrestling Summer, motherfucker. You already know what it is. Happy Sunday morning to everybody. Bright and early, 8 a.m. We kick this motherfucker off. Knowledge!
Good morning, good villains. We'll go with that.
Did you get the paper today? Sunday.
Yeah, but...
Did you go to church?
Does anybody get papers anymore? Do they still deliver papers to houses? Just download a copy.
No way, yesterday's papers. No? Rolling Stones, yesterday's papers? No? Not familiar. Okay.
Not at all.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I guess we can continue the roller coaster of the week, you know? And that's...
Roller coaster!
Set you right up for that one.
Roller coaster!
Oh, man. I think it behooves us to remind everybody that we record this before SmackDown.
Yeah, but it's Sunday morning when you'll be listening to it.
Right, but don't yell at us for not catching stuff on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
Yeah, that's all that we ask.
That's it.
Don't, what the fuck?
We're not asking much. Like, share,
don't
subscribe.
know much,
you know.
but I know I love you.
And that may be all
Make me feel all I need is love.
But yeah, it's
Seth Rollins needs some love.
Seth Rollins does need some love. He got flat out knocked out.
He got one hit acquitted by I mean, listen, Logan Paul's in great shape.
Yep,
he's in great shape, but he's a YouTuber.
You have taken a Superman punch 4 different times in a match, and you got punched by Logan Paul once, and
now some people say that. Some people say that Logan Paul is a professional boxer. I mean, he did have a fight against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I don't know if it was really a fight. It was an exhibition. It was an exhibition. But I mean, Apollo Creed fought Ivan Drago in an exhibition, and look what happened to that motherfucker. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, I mean, his son's doing fine, so it's cool.
Who?
The Apollo Creed, his son, is doing fine.
Nah, dude. It's his illegitimate kid.
Well,
he paid to never see that kid again.
Totally fine. Still his son.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
He's got 3 movies now, so he's more of a legitimate boxer than Logan Paul is.
He's probably been hit more times in the face.
I would believe it if Michael B. Jordan would knock out Seth Rollins, but Logan Paul, I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough.
With that being said, I think it's going to be an amazing match because Logan Paul has done things that are just ridiculous for somebody with his experience to do. However, what the hell are we doing?
It's like, see, this is what it reminded me of. So it reminded me of Roddy Piper, Mr. T. And I'm thinking in my head, what would Roddy Piper do if some YouTuber said, I'm going to punch you in the face, I'm going to lay you out with one punch? What do you think Roddy Piper would have said to him? He would have said, okay, yeah, you do that, and I'm going to kick you directly in the cock.
Yeah, you better actually knock me out.
Yeah, like for real.
Because if you don't,
I'm going to knock you the fuck out.
I'm going to give you that one punch.
And listen, man, I get it. Seth's a businessman.
Yep.
And Logan is definitely paying his dues. It's not like he's just coming in and like he's putting these guys over. He's putting them on his podcast. Like he's not just like faking the funk. You know what I mean? He's not, and I don't even want to say that Bad Bunny is, because Bad Bunny is fucking doing work for WWE too. But like they're not like a Pete Rose or like fucking Drew Carey or fucking somebody of that ilk. You know what I mean? Or a Mr. T who you'd want to smash in the fucking face, right. Or a Zeus.
Yep. Yeah. I agree with you. I just take the punch and roll out of the ring or something. Like don't don't lie there dead. That's all I'm asking.
Why just take one?
Sure, let him punch you a few times. Sure.
Go down to a knee after the second one.
Yeah.
and then have him finish you off with a big one.
Just don't think it was a good look. And
well, not only that, but the punch looked like shit.
Yeah, it really didn't look like something that...
it didn't look like he connected. I mean... Whatever, dude. I'm not one to fucking... You're on live TV in front of fucking millions of people. Like, well, I mean, I have no idea.
Listen, I mean, Big Show's punch looked like shit, too, but his hand was also the size of his opponent's head. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's one guy I wouldn't want to get fucking hit by.
No.
His hand's like the size of my face.
Yeah.
He'd just break my face.
That's what I'm saying. If
he wouldn't break my jaw. He would just break my face.
If he legitimately punched you, I'm pretty sure he would punch your face through the back of your head. So
that would be fucking awesome. I'm gonna go seek him out, motherfucker.
I'd watch it.
Would you? You'd watch me fight the Big Show?
Well, I'd watch anybody get their face punched through the back of their head.
That's really nice, bro. I appreciate you, Danny. Get this fucking guy out of here. The second week in a row, I've got to kick this guy out of the fucking studio. I'm gonna send you down with the fucking dog lady and have that put some peanut butter on your nether regions and have the dog go crazy.
Well, some of us are into that.
Oh my God, Lars Sullivan, chill the fuck out. I'm sorry.
Man.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk shit.
That's a deep track right there.
Deep cuts.
But.
First cut is the deepest.
This is the musical episode.
That's John Moxley's song. First cut is the deepest.
And I did it myself.
I want you to know that I cut myself when everybody's watching.
I always feel like everybody's watching me, but I cut myself anyway.
Oh, whoa. Oh shit! John Moxley doesn't even work for WWE. We're just making fun of the motherfucker.
He also didn't cut himself when he worked for WWE, at least not in front of the crowd.
Whatever. Blood's not allowed in WWE.
No,
anymore.
It's not.
Cody's pissed.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is completely besides the point. Yeah. We need to fucking talk about Jey Uso.
I was gonna say, what a way to. I was only disappointed in one thing.
Here we go. Oh, you're gonna fucking tell me that there's something that you're disappointed in?
Yes.
What? That he didn't take Roman on?
No, that Cody ran down to make the save.
They're not gonna have KO do it. They can't.
I know that, but I just don't think it needs to be Cody.
Who else?
No, I'm not saying there has to be somebody else. Just let him get his ass kicked. Let him get stomped.
Okay, dude. Well, I mean, they were like gonna fucking break his neck in the ring.
Yeah, I would say do it.
What the fuck kind of crazy shit are you talking about?
Well, I just like
sell the injury, brother.
So is Cody now a part of that storyline where it's against the bloodline? Because it's not supposed to be about the bloodline. On last week's SmackDown, he told Roman, "This is about you and me. You don't need your bloodline out here," and Roman dismissed them.
Okay, let me ask you a fucking very serious question. We have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 weeks of programming left until WrestleMania, right? So this Saturday would be the 11th of March. And that would put us at exactly fucking 4 weeks to the day from WrestleMania Saturday, okay? Mm-hmm. What, pray tell, do you have fucking Cody Rhodes do for the next fucking 4 weeks of programming?
I understand they got to work this.
I mean, they got to have him involved with Roman somehow. So whether it be like de facto Roman, because it's not going to be really Roman because Roman only shows up select days.
Right.
So you got to have something for Cody to do. He teams with Sammy on house shows against the Bloodline. Until KO comes around.
Yeah,
you gotta build the story with KO though, and you have 4 fucking weeks to do it.
I think the only way that you can build that story with KO, because he has said he's done with Sammy, I think the only way you can build that story with KO is Sammy has to get a licking every single week until KO says enough is enough. And that's what I'm saying. Mop the floor with him in that ring. Leave him unconscious, broken in that ring.
I understand. Listen, I totally fucking understand your viewpoint and what you're trying to say, and I get it. I get where you're going, and that is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to tell that story like that, but they can't. Sammy is way too over at this point, and you can't beat him up every week because he's gonna lose steam. Or so they think. Mm-hmm. In your mind, and in my mind too, we are thinking the same thing, going, oh, if he gets stomped out every week, the fucking fans are going to pop so big when he finally fucking beats the fuck out of the Bloodline.
Or just that second that KO's music hits. Where he's this enough is enough. KO's music hits, he comes out to make the save. That crowd goes nuts. And now the tide has shifted. You know?
I think that there is a way that they can do it where, just like Sammy said, we don't need to be friends. We just need to work together to beat them. Yep. And I think that just like Rock and Sock Connection, who was it? Yeah, it was Rock and Sock Connection, where Rock was like, fuck this guy, like, I don't want to be his tag team partner, I don't want nothing to do with this fucking freak, like, you know, and it's kind of along the same premise.
Or, one of my favorite oddball tag teams, Head Cheese. Steve Blackman, Al Snow. Nobody remembers that one?
Yeah.
Is that just me?
Yeah, get
Crickets? Out. I love that. Man, this is twice already. This
Head Cheese.
Head Cheese.
You're gonna come to the fucking. You're gonna come to the studio, and you're gonna fucking come in here and say one of my favorite oddball tag teams of all time is Head Cheese.
You can't tell me that wasn't hilarious, and they almost won the tag team championships. Almost.
Okay. It's about as funny as an old lady farting in church.
Let me tell you, Steve Blackman no-selling everything Al Snow was doing, and Al Snow with the trying to come up with a team name. He takes they're in Green Bay, and he takes the cheese, puts it on Head, says, "Hey, we're Head Cheese now," and he puts it on Steve Blackman's head while he's walking down. Al Snow's dancing around him, banging around Head. Man,
I'm glad that you enjoyed that.
I still have happy moments of it to this day.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking huge fan. I'm not a huge fan.
The other way I thought they could go with this is Jay actually takes Sammy's side, and it leads to a match at WrestleMania where you have Jimmy and Solo against Jay and Sammy. Neither team is actually the tag team championships because they're both claiming, Jay and Jimmy are both claiming that they're the legitimate tag team champions.
So how would you would have them wrestle a singles match to determine who the rightful tag team champions
are? I think that you wrestle that match at
determination
WrestleMania,
is at WrestleMania,
right? And whichever team wins becomes the tag team champion.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad that Jay is back with the Bloodline. I think that it tells the proper story. I think that he's still gonna fuck Roman in the end because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think that Solo is gonna go. You can go your own way.
He needs to.
He's a fucking big, broody motherfucker. And not broody like Gangrel, like Brutus.
I mean, he has everything he needs except for promo skills to go off and do the same type of thing that, Kamala did. And
why does he need promo skills when he has fucking Paul Heyman?
Well, who knows if he's going to keep Paul Heyman. That's the issue.
He's the only one in that group that doesn't need somebody to talk for him.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I mean, he's the only guy that needs somebody to talk for him.
It's just a matter of if Paul Heyman is going to be associated with the Bloodline after all this. That's going to be...
Well, reports are that the next guy is already up. Gable Steveson is Paul Heyman's next client.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, I mean, just think about Solo, Gable Steveson, and Damon Kemp, who is Gable Stevenson's real brother. And maybe the fucking maybe the other amateur wrestler guys there in NXT, the brothers there, the Creed brothers.
I just think that
have an all amateur fucking thing like Team Angle, except with Paul Heyman doing the mic shit.
Yeah, I just think that Solo, if anyone in that group could make it without mic skills, it would be Solo, because you don't need to have him talk.
It's the Umaga thing.
Right, he's just out there to hurt people.
Yeah.
So you put a microphone in front of him, he looks at you, looks like he's going to eat you, and then
one word answers like yes, no, kill, stomp, punch. Like he just one word answers people.
Right.
I like it.
You know, but I thought that the whole thing, the whole setup for Jay coming back and, you know, standing by Sammy's side, the kick was, the super kick was completely telegraphed. You could see it was going to come. And even though it was telegraphed, it still was on point.
Oh, no, see, I was not of the same opinion that it was going to come. I really thought that they were going to go that direction. And the reason why I thought they were going to go that direction is because I heard the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
When he fucking put up the ones, dog, that fucking crowd. When Jay left the ring, that crowd came completely unglued. Yeah. When he touched Sammy and hugged him, it was over, bro. I was like, oh my God, what a fucking way going into WrestleMania and then hammer to fall. And I was like, yes! Yep. Yes! What a fucking heel! You dastardly, dirty fucking heel!
I'm watching it, and when he put up that one, he angled himself so that he's in the perfect position to kick him. So that's my issue.
Yeah, I was, you know.
But, and I was almost lost in it too, and I was like, as soon as someone put up the one, I was like, no, that's it. That's it.
Something's happening.
It's done. And he did it. It was perfect. We talk about realism with wrestling all the time, and Jay's got such an intensity about him that you can't help but just accept that this is very real. This is personal for him.
It's unbelievable. You know, it is unbelievable the amount of ability that he has to command via facial expression. He is really able to see through the camera, and it's crazy to me because it's like that guy has been here this entire time, and like, has it been there the entire time, or are we just seeing now this storyline is what has brought him to the forefront now?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be the breakout star from the Bloodline, because with him and Jimmy tagging, they kind of were just side by side, neither one playing overly emotional characters, but through the torment that he's gone through with the Bloodline, you see the trials that he's put through with Roman, and Jimmy is kind of being put through the same type of trials, saying, "Hey, get your brother in line." And his promos are just not as convincing. His skill, he's just not. He doesn't have that it, you know. Yeah. And you look at Jey Uso, you look at his eyes, you look at his intensity, you look at his passion. It's like that's different. That's a world champion right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Ah, man. See, it's such a tough thing because he definitely is going to be the breakout guy. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be the next guy up in terms of main event caliber. Roman goes away for a little while. Jay kind of takes the step up in competition. What I'm curious about is if the Bloodline completely dismantles over these next 4 weeks. That's all that I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. Because if not, I feel that there's going to be some sort of fuckery at WrestleMania with Roman. And that's not the match to do that.
No, Cody needs to win. He needs to win convincingly.
He needs to win convincingly. So I wonder if they start to wrap up this Bloodline storyline and they start to, you know, not end it, but they start to wrap it up leading into Mania, and then maybe Mania is when maybe they finish it at Mania. Maybe that's when the storyline and Roman just goes away.
If they're not going to end it at Mania, that's why I say you kind of want that tag team title match, which is definitely going to be the Usos versus KO and Sammy at this point. You need that title match to be first on that show so that they don't come back later on.
They need to open up night 1.
Right. Well, I would say night 2 because if they're opening up night 2 and Roman and Cody are night 2 and in the main, that gives them a reason to not interfere. Right. They've been taken out that night.
Right.
So
okay, I see what you're saying.
Because it needs to be one-on-one. The bloodline needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
If they're going to stay together, if they're not going to completely dismantle.
Which I don't understand why they would completely dismantle. I mean, because...
If this thing with Jay went the other way, then it would make sense, but now it doesn't.
The 3 of them are actual brothers.
Right.
So, like, who's the real bloodline? And Roman is actually the odd man out of those 3 guys because they are all natural-born brothers. He's a cousin. And while he may be the man right now, there's already... Jay is begging to turn on him. And the fans want it. They want it. They're starting to get to the point where it's like, okay, this Roman shit, like, it's so good. And we don't want it to end, but it needs to end.
Yeah.
Like, it has to end.
I was pretty happy. Well, it does need to end. I think the tag team title match, night 2, first match out, it gives a way to get Solo out too because he's going to come out and interfere to try to help the Usos win. All you got to do is pop up, powerbomb him through a table. Solo's out for the night. The Usos get defeated. They're out for the night. Now it's Roman standing alone against Cody.
Oh, no, I think Solo has a match.
Well, I hope so.
I think Solo has a match, probably against a legend.
I don't know what the purpose would be at this point.
Stone Cold, probably.
Oh, I don't think Stone Cold would come out for Solo. I don't think that Stone Cold would do that because he wouldn't be able to do the same type of match that he did with KO with Solo. You know, he would have to be. I mean, he's not going to be competitive against him.
Do you know that Stone Cold's been training for the last 8 months for a return?
That doesn't surprise me. I just don't think Solo's the guy. I don't think Solo's the guy.
Well, that's what a report said. I mean, you can take those reports with a grain of salt, like I do.
It's always an insider.
So you don't think that Stone Cold would do something like that with a guy like Solo? Is that what you're saying? He's not established enough, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying it's not established enough.
He's not established enough. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, Solo's not established enough.
That's correct.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, no, Stone Cold.
I thought you were like.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you were mocking me there.
No,
I don't think. I don't think Stone Cold would look at it as if he could actually do something for Solo. You know, because laying down for Solo does nothing really for him. Stone Cold's a legend. He's had 1 match in the last how many years?
Yeah, I just think I look at this as 2023 as being the pass the torch year. That's what Undertaker did it with Bray. During he said something, a little piece to him after the little promo thing that they did.
You're gonna have Cody Roman passing the torch there.
Cody Roman passing the torch. You're also gonna have fucking who else? There was somebody else. Edge. Because as far as I can see, Christian's going back to WWE to finish his career. And you know what, man? It's the right thing to do. And I was actually really happy with the match that he had with Jungle Boy. And I think Christian has proven his worth in AEW for sure. And him and Edge teaming up together to fight the Judgment Day, I thought it was going to be them and FTR. Yeah. I thought that would be a cool fucking story, man. A little fucking thing. But no, it's not to be. It's not to be.
Yeah.
Fucking Tony Khan swooped in and said, I'll give you whatever you want.
Maybe that's why.
I'm not going to blink when I'm talking to you, but I'll give you whatever you want.
Maybe that's why the storyline is continuing with the Judgment Day then, because it's like their backup, you know?
Yeah. I mean, who the fuck knows? I mean, there's so many things in 4 weeks that could happen going into fucking WrestleMania.
I will say, with the promo between Cody and Roman, I thought one of the good things the promo did was it allowed Cody to separate himself from his dad, because he made the comment, all right, then if I'm basically irrelevant to my dad, then this has got to be about me now. This has got to be, and I thought that was a good moment, because what did I tell you? I told you he needs to step away from this. It's about my dad thing. It's about my dad. He needs to step away from that.
Yep.
So I thought that was a good
But you
moment.
also told me that they needed to start like moving things along, getting a little physical, and I said I don't want them to fucking interact with each other.
Yeah.
It makes it fucking even better if they don't interact with each other. But this is pro wrestling; you can't fucking do that. You need to have interaction.
That stare down, that handshake where Roman is so good. That handshake where Roman was so confident at first, and then he had a little bit of uncertainty at the end of it, and you can kind of see it in his face where he's like, he shakes his hand or whatever, and he's like kind of questioning things. Just that look on his face. He's so good at that facial expressionism,
Well, he just knows. He senses the crowd, and he understands that when the crowd is doing something, if I don't react to it, I look stupid. Mm-hmm. And that's what wrestlers don't understand. Mm-hmm. And it's strange that they don't understand that, because that's your fucking job.
Well, now I want Cody to come up and be like, I saw that weakness in your eye. I saw that fear in your eye. Yeah. Start working with that, Yeah.
I see a hole in your game. Mm-hmm. That tell. I'm a poker player. I see a tell.
You overplayed your hands.
Oh my God!
By using my dad against me.
Oh my God! Now the American dream is coursing through the nightmare's veins.
Yeah.
Well, Cody's great at doing those like fucking head shaking, fucking getting fired up promos where he like bites his bottom lip and his lisp gets really hard. Mm-hmm. He's so mad.
Yep.
And I like when he gets like that, because he's showing fire that most guys don't. But it's that very typical babyface thing, but it's done so well because it's kind of a throwback.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a throwback to a time of when wrestling was a little bit more, I don't want to say pure, but wrestling was a little bit more pure. The storylines were a little bit easier to understand, like it wasn't fucking difficult. And when somebody did a promo, a babyface, it was a fired up promo. Mm-hmm. It was the babyface is there to get you fired up. The heel's there to make you mad.
Yep.
And somewhere along the line, everyone wanted to do the reality-based promo, but the tenets of what pro wrestling was built on still work.
Everyone wanted to be Stone Cold without realizing what Stone Cold was actually doing.
Well,
everybody wants to be an anti-hero now.
Yeah, like there's too much of that, right. And that's why Cody stands out from the rest of the pack.
He's just a hero.
It's just like Roman. Roman is such an effective heel that he stands out from the rest of the heel bullshit that goes on in the WWE or pro wrestling as a whole. I shouldn't even say just WWE.
Yeah, no, everybody wants to be a tweener. You can't be a tweener. You got to stand on your own.
Yeah, you got to be able to fucking stand on your own 2 feet. Well, this has been WWE edition, fucking Pro Wrestling Summit. Make sure that you reach out to us at the Instagram at good_villain_media. You can also hit us up on the comments, like, share, subscribe with your friends. Danny, I'm sure, would be very pleased to hear from you, and he's pretty quick with the responses because he's a savage like that. Danny, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Danny. We really appreciate you and all your hard work. Go fuck yourself! But anyway, Knowledge, this has been fucking great, man. This has been great.
It always is.
Sunday morning,
That's it.
You know, beautiful tones of your voice.
Go get some breakfast or not. Just stay in bed.
Yeah, just stay in bed.
Just stay in bed for the rest of the day.
Stay in bed.
You lose an hour today, so just fucking stay in bed. So
yeah, fuck you and your loss of an hour. All right, toodles till tomorrow. Bye
peace
bye
out,
now.
good villains.